Love yourself fiercely. Sometimes when we want to try and attract things into our life, our desires, like many of us have, we concentrate on things external to us. We focus on chasing the guy to get a relationship, chasing after success, chasing after materialistic things to make us feel good. However, our world is actually a reflection of what is going on here. It all starts from within, from ourself. Once we can build this unshakable relationship with ourself, that's when the universe will conspire to bring us all that we desire, to attract the things that we want into our life. But first, we must create that relationship, a beautiful relationship with the most important person, which is you, which is ourself. Because the truth is, we spend the most time with ourselves and we don't realize that. And that's what I'm going to get into in this video: how to create a relationship with yourself, how to love yourself fiercely so that you can start attracting the things that you desire into your life. So I hope these can help you. I've got 5 points to cover. Let's get straight into it. The first thing I would love you to practice, women that have mastered the art of attracting things into their life effortlessly, the relationship opportunities, career opportunities, traveling opportunities. One of the things that they practiced is that they give themselves permission to live the most beautiful version of their self, the most radiant, loving, joyful life that they want to live. These women have stepped out of their comfort zone. They've taken their life onto their own hand and creating a life that they love. The truth is, especially as women, we feel guilty to take on the main character role in our life. A lot of us, we feel more comfortable to be the supporting act, the supporting person in other people's life. Naturally, we are nurturers, a lot of us. So we then make ourselves feel like we have to be the caretakers, be the person who's going to support the partner, support the family. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking on those roles. However, I think sometimes we can use this as an excuse not to push ourselves to live the most beautiful, authentic life that we want to, the wild life, the joyful life, to give ourselves permission. That's where it all begins, where we can dream and go after the life that we want to live. That is how, my loves, that you become magnetic. Women who are living in their element, that are magnetic, irresistible, are women that are living a life joyful. And this is when the universe conspires a life to bring you more joy. This is when you will attract your tribe, because a vibe attracts your tribe. This is when people will want to be part of your life because they can see that you are exuding this passionate life that you are in love with. They can see your radiance. You wake up every morning feeling very excited about the things that you want to do. And for all of us, that's different, the things that we want to do. Think about the things that lights up your soul, and I encourage you to go and do those things. We all have things that we want to do that make us feel excited. Traveling, maybe it's going to another part of the city, maybe it's dancing under the moon. Whatever it is, when you are living a life that is full of joy, this is the number one way to become magnetic and to attract more things into your life that you desire, because it's all about the frequency that we are in. When we are vibrating at a very positive, high frequency, when we're in love with life, that is the quickest route to attract more things into our life that we want. That is more likely when we will attract the relationship, the healthy person who is in alignment with the things that we desire, because your vibration, your energy, this is what attracts things into our life. The next point number 2, how to love yourself fiercely to become your most magnetic self. Number 2 is to learn to prioritize yourself. Again, I think as women, we find it really hard to do this. We find it hard to put ourselves first. We find it hard to say no to people because we're so used to always giving, even if it's from an empty cup. We find it hard to let people down. We find it hard to disappoint people. And as a result of this, so many of us, we are exhausted. We are living a life on half a cup, on empty battery. And that's why it's so important that we reclaim our power and to be selfish in a way, in a good way, because it's only when you learn to fill up your own cup, when you pour into your own self, that's when you can be there for other people that need you, that love you. It's only when you are being the best version of yourself, you can be there for other people. Think about it this way. When we have a seed that we want to take care of and watch it grow, we have to water it, we have to nurture it, and then it will be allowed to blossom. The same way we need to see ourselves as this seed and take care of it and make sure that we're not stressing it out and nurturing it, because that is when we allow ourselves to flourish and blossom. And that is when we become magnetizing. That's when you start attracting the things that you want. That's when you are going to be showing to people that I love myself, and not from an egotistic way, but from a way where you honor yourself, your life. You are a person, just like how we treat everyone else with love, respect, and compassion. A lot of us find it so hard to do it to ourselves. And, it's something that I think we struggle with a lot. It's hard to love ourselves. It's not easy, but we can do it. It's a process. It's a journey. It can be baby steps. But I encourage you, and I promise you, if you practice daily to be more compassionate with yourself, to be more kind to yourself, you will create a more beautiful relationship with yourself. Start becoming your own best friend. It amazes me how we can talk to ourselves in the most critical and negative way, and we never, ever dare to speak to our friends like this. Why do we think we can get away with it when we harm ourselves in this way? But when you build that unshakable relationship with yourself, you will become irresistible, because this will show your energy, that this will give off an energy about you, that you are content with who you are. You're going to be less needy. You are not going to put up with any BS from anyone, because you are happy with who you are. You accept yourself, and not just for your strong qualities. You accept your flaws as well, because you understand nobody is perfect in this world. We all have imperfections, and when we can get to that point where we accept our quirkiness, that's how you stand out. That's how other people will also accept you and give other people permission to accept their imperfections as well. You become an example as a role model where you are walking in your own light and accepting the person who you are unapologetically. The next point number 3, a way to love yourself fiercely and how to become magnetic to attract the things that you desire into your life. Sorry, I just needed to fix my pillow. Is to practice being bold and brave, taking bold and courageous actions. I really believe that the people who are willing to step out of their comfort zone and be brave and take risks, calculated risks, not stupid one where they're putting themselves at risk. Nope. Where they take the risks, push themselves out of their comfort zone to grow. These are the people who get rewarded, whether that's rewarded by a career opportunity, rewarded by a relationship, rewarded with money, whatever it is. I've seen it time and time again. The universe rewards those people that are bold. This means having the courage to take action. The truth is, a lot of us, we prefer to be in our comfort zone. We can be guilty of this. As humans, we love to be safe and comfortable. But my dears, my loves, this is not where we grow. It's comfortable, but unfortunately, this is where we're being complacent. When we can push ourselves to grow, to take on challenges, to do the things that we really want to do and not put limitations on ourselves, that is when you become attractive. That is when you start believing in yourself. Because when you overcome challenges and failures, you start trusting yourself more. You start seeing things in a different way. When you start overcoming one challenge in an area, you realize that, you know what? I got through this. I came out the other side. I can get through something else. You become confident, strong, and fearless, badass, sexy woman. This is what happens when you continuously improve on yourself and evolve. And this, as a result of this is what will draw people in. People will be inspired by you. This is what's going to attract opportunities, because it's about who you become as a result of your actions, as a result of who you are being. And people love people who are doing things, that are brave enough to go and do the things that they are not confident about. This is what people feel inspired by. And when you can be that woman who is brave, bold, courageous, this is how you will fall in love, not just with yourself, but also your life, because you prove to yourself that you are a go-getter. You have the ability to do what it takes to create the life of your dreams, to do the things that you want, and you will create a beautiful relationship, most importantly, with yourself. The next point number 4. Another way to love yourself fiercely is to set boundaries. Having boundaries is an act of self-love. That's how simple it is. Because if you think about it, the people that do not have any boundaries, that are walkovers, the doormats, unfortunately, people take advantage of these people, use them, abuse them, their time, their money. I think we can all agree on this. And I really think it's because these people are insecure and they just find it really hard to say no to people, to let people down. Excuse me. And I think a lot of us, we can relate to this. If you're someone who suffers from people pleasing too much and have the nice girl syndrome, I think we can all relate to this, to be honest, in some form, shape of way. It's not always easy to set boundaries, especially with people who are close to you, who may be toxic, but setting boundaries is paramount. It's an act of self-love, because again, we cannot give to other people from an empty cup. And the way to make sure that you are creating a sacred space around you so that your energy is protected is by setting boundaries, is by saying no to things that are draining your energy, the people that are draining, that are energy vampires. is by being intentional about who you spend your time with. You don't have to say yes to every single event. It's okay to say no. And it's about understanding that the people that truly, truly care about you will respect your boundaries. That guy who truly cares about you, respects you, and is patient to be with you, he will respect the fact that you don't want to be intimate with him too soon, that you don't want him to call you at 2 a.m. He is the guy that is patient and respects you, and probably a one to maybe is a person to that's worth hanging around. That's why it's so important that we learn to set boundaries. It's an act of self-love. The next point number 5, a habit or something that you can do to practice self-love, to love yourself fiercely, is start practicing getting into the habit of being grateful and having a more positive outlook to life. The truth is, we all have experiences that are negative, that are hurtful. Life is not fair sometimes for all of us. You know, the difference between women who are miracle attractors, that manifest things into their life, the women that love themselves fiercely, they choose not to sit on these negativities. They allow themselves to grieve, to feel upset over that breakup, because we're only humans. They give themselves time to process the hurtful feelings. However, they choose not to ruminate, not to dwell on this stage, on this negative stage for too long. They choose to believe that they are in control of their life. And these are the type of women where they look at things from a perspective of everything is teaching us a lesson. That breakup that you had is probably because you are with the wrong person. It's probably because you had to learn a few things in order to prepare you to become the person, so that you're ready for the right person who is going to come along at the right time. So when you choose to be grateful, not just for the good things, but also our mistakes, this is when you will start attracting more things into your life. This is when you show that you are in love with life. You're grateful and appreciative about the things in your life, the good and the bad. I know it can be hard to be appreciating about the negative things, but when you can change your mind, when you can change your mindset about the way you see things, this is how you start attracting more good things into your life. Because people who complain about things, I'm sure you can think of people, the Debbie Downers. There's a reason why they keep attracting more negative things into their life. Because like attracts like. If you're focused on negativity, guess what? You're going to attract more negativity into your life. But when you become that woman who can overlook, who can pass through the negativity and view it as a lesson, view it as a growing process, this is when you will start attracting more of the things that you desire. When you start loving yourself fiercely, this is when the magic happens. This is when everything falls in alignment the way you want it to. This is when you start attracting all the things that you want to. It all begins with you, with us individually, because this is the most important relationship. We spend the most time with ourselves, and I think we can forget that. We do our hair on our own. We go to the bathroom on our own. We sometimes cook on our own. We do so many things on our own. And that's why it's so fundamental that we create this relationship with ourselves that is unshakable. unshakable. And this is where it all begins. When you understand that, when you build this beautiful relationship with yourself, that's when things will come to you at the right time, being patient and trusting that the right people and the right opportunities will come to you when you are ready and open to receive. These are my 5 points. I hope you have found them useful. Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Share your comments with me below. I would love to hear your views and your thoughts. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm sending you my love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.